Well, welcome. So here we are on our 5th video and we're talking about setting up a new team. It's pretty important, this one. And I'm going to take you behind the scenes of how I do it when I get to go with a new team. You know, unfortunately, many leaders skip over the basics of team building and rush to just trying to get stuff done. But your actions in the first few days, weeks and months can have a major impact on whether your team ultimately delivers results. What steps should you take to set your team up for success? How do you get the group formed? You know, for group norms, establish clear goals, create an environment of respect and productivity. How do you do that? So I'm going to take you, as I said, behind the scenes of some of the activities that I do and some of the mindsets that I have. So there's some key questions that people are asking in the forming stages of a group. Drexler created a framework that I find really helpful. There's 7 stages and questions about what people are asking and what you as a leader might need to do. The first one is orientation. First, get into group. The primary question is, why am I here? Or the other question might be, why are we here? Depending on the sorts of team, but primarily it's, why am I here? So the team must work together to identify a task that each individual finds personally beneficial, useful or important to the organisation. When team members are unable to envision a role for themselves, they often feel very anxious and distance themselves from the group. Alternatively, when members feel more connected, they are more likely to participate in achieving the group's goals. So one of the things that I do to orient people is I do 2 things. One is I might simply ask people, so what are your strengths? What are your strengths? What are you really good at? And I ask them in 2 different ways. Work-wise, and I get them to list them. But also there's some things which people are just geniuses at naturally. Do you know what I mean? Like some people are just really good at spelling or really good at reading people or really good salespeople. And they're just naturally like that. What are the things that they do really well? And how might that link to this team? And I find that that's a really helpful way, just asking that question. The second thing that I often do when I'm orienting a team, and that's what we're talking about, why am I here, is I ask them, so when you're thinking about teams that you've worked on, what's worked really well for you? Sometimes I ask it this way. Tell me the best person you've ever worked with in a team. Tell me the characteristics. And what you see you're going to hear is what works for them. What are the characteristics and the styles of teams that work for them? And as you have that discussion early on in the team, it really opens up and helps people orient to the sort of people that they're here and what they might get to contribute. The second is trust building. Who are you? According to this model creators, this is the stage which people want to know who they will work with, their expectations, their agendas, their competencies. So trust can only be established once a team member becomes clear on their part and their responsibilities. Better establish a better understanding of each other's work styles and experiences and who they are as people.